Imagine a date foretold by prophets across centuries, a day that could change everything. July 2nd, 2025, a convergence of prophecies from Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, all pointing to a moment of global significance. Today, we'll explore 5 major events predicted across these faiths, events that could reshape our world. We'll connect the dots: a Holy Temple event, economic collapse, military standoff, a test of faith, and the rise of legendary figures. Let's dive in and see what these ancient texts reveal about our future. Our first event, the desecration of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, a place sacred to billions. In Matthew 24:15, Jesus warns of the abomination of desolation in the holy place, echoing Daniel's prophecy of tribulation. Theologians have long debated its form, a person, an idol, or a declaration. But the message is clear. When it happens, it's time to flee. This act is seen as the ultimate defiance against God, a trigger for immense tribulation. Daniel 12:11 ties this event to a prophetic timeline, 1,290 days after the daily sacrifice ends. Many see this as a metaphor for the fallout from a great transgression, possibly the desecration of a holy site. Jewish tradition remembers the destruction of the temples and anticipates a final desecration before redemption. 3 faiths, 3 warnings, all focused on a catastrophic event at the world's most contested site. For Christians, it's the start of the Great Tribulation. For Muslims, it's a major sign of the Day of Judgment. For Jews, it's the last gasp of evil before the Messiah. With current tensions, it's not hard to imagine how this could unfold. Its impact would be immediate: headline news, viral online, and the focus of every faith community. The abomination isn't the end, but the unmistakable signal that the end is beginning. For each tradition, it's a call to attention, a moment that demands a response. The stage is set, the warnings are clear, and the world holds its breath. Next, a financial crisis, the collapse of the global economic system. The dollar, long the world's reserve currency, suddenly worthless. This isn't just economic theory, it's a prophetic warning. Revelation 13:17 describes a future where no one can buy or sell without the mark, a system of total control, only possible after the old order collapses. A dollar crash would create chaos, paving the way for a new digital one-world currency. In the aftermath, people would accept anything for stability, even total submission. Imagine savings gone, pensions wiped out, food scarce. This is the breakdown Revelation warns about. In Islam, a hadith in Sahih Muslim describes a time when wealth is useless and people wish for death amid tribulation. The collapse exposes the fragility of our systems and tests faith. True wealth is found in belief, not possessions. Jewish tradition, in the Talmud, Sota 49b, predicts soaring prices, economic instability, and a government lost to heresy before the Messiah. Hyperinflation and societal decay, familiar signs in today's headlines, are seen as labor pains before redemption. All 3 faiths describe the same event, a catastrophic failure of the world's economic system. Picture the panic banks closed, ATMs empty, shelves bare. The dollar, once a symbol of power, becomes worthless paper. This isn't just about money, it's about the collapse of the structure holding society together. Spiritually, it's a test. Will people turn to faith or to a new system of control? Revelation warns of a beastly system. Islam, a test of faith. Judaism, the pain before a new age. The event is the same, a global collapse, but each faith sees a different purpose. This isn't conspiracy, it's a scenario economists and prophets alike warn about. If it happens, it starts with a sudden devaluation, global panic, and market crashes. Out of chaos, the call for a new digital currency, the very system Revelation warns about, will be overwhelming. It will be sold as the only way back to normal. The world will be forced to choose freedom or control, faith or fear. The collapse is not just an end, but a beginning, a reset with spiritual consequences. The question is, how will we respond? The prophecies say this is a necessary step before redemption. The signs are all around us. Are we prepared for a world where money means nothing? The answer may determine our future. The collapse is coming. Will it break us or wake us up? The choice is ours. Now a military crisis, a global conflict prophesied for millennia. Ezekiel 38 describes a northern alliance, often linked to Russia, invading Israel for plunder. The coalition includes Persia, Iran, Kush, and Put, attacking a peaceful, unsuspecting Israel. The motive: seize wealth and resources. In Islam, Surah 21 warns of Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj, unleashed as a massive, destructive force. Jewish mystical texts like the Zohar speak of children of the East provoking global conflict, interpreted by many as China. Combine these, a two-pronged threat: Russia from the north, China from the east, converging on Israel. Today, the Russia-China-Iran alliance is real and growing, united against the West and Israel. An ultimatum from this bloc could be the spark for World War III. The pretext could be territory, resources, or control of Jerusalem's holy sites. The prophecies describe not just a regional war, but a global one. Armageddon, the Malhama al-Kubra. If this ultimatum comes, the world will be forced to choose sides. The ancient battle lines will be drawn in the Middle East. The fate of nations and the world will hang in the balance. The prophecies are not fantasy. They mirror today's headlines. The stage is set for a conflict that could fulfill these ancient warnings. The world watches, waiting for the next move. The countdown to confrontation has begun. Now the personal test, the mark of the beast. Revelation 14 warns, take the mark and you face God's wrath. It's not just a symbol, it's a choice of allegiance. The mark is tied to the new economic system. No buying or selling without it. It's a conscious decision: align with the beast or stand with God. The pressure will be immense: starvation, persecution, or conformity. In Islam, the beast of the earth, Dabat al-Ard, will mark people, separating believers from non-believers. After this, the door to repentance closes. Jewish tradition describes a time when faithfulness makes you an outcast, forced to choose between God's law and societal acceptance. All three faiths describe a final global test: no more middle ground. The form varies: a physical mark, supernatural branding, or societal pressure. The function is the same: a choice that seals your destiny. This is the climax of the end times drama, no longer about nations, but about you. Will you stand for your faith or conform to survive? The technology for a cashless, controlled society is already here. The pressure to conform is stronger than ever. The warnings are clear, the stakes are eternal. Revelation speaks of wrath, Islam of closed repentance, Judaism of heroic faith. This is the final exam for humanity. The test is coming for everyone. The world will be divided by faith, by choice, by courage. The question is, what will you choose? The time to decide is now. The prophecies say, be ready, the trial is certain. Amid chaos, the prophecies promise hope: the arrival of two extraordinary figures. Revelation 11 describes the two witnesses, empowered to perform miracles, defy the beast, and preach for 1,260 days. They are a beacon for those resisting the mark, proof that God has not abandoned humanity. In Islam, the Mahdi and Jesus, Isa, appear together, leading believers against evil and restoring justice. Jesus descends in Damascus, supports the Mahdi, and defeats the Dajjal, the Antichrist. In Judaism, Malachi promises Elijah's return before the great and dreadful day, to reconcile and prepare for the Messiah. Some traditions add a second forerunner, Messiah ben Yosef, a warrior who precedes the final Redeemer. Each faith anticipates a pair of divinely sent figures at history's climax. Their role: challenge evil, rally the faithful, and deliver a final call to repentance. Imagine miracles on the news, supernatural signs, and the world forced to confront undeniable truth. Their appearance signals the endgame. No more debate, only decision. For the faithful, it's hope fulfilled. For others, a terrifying sign. The world will witness God's final intervention. The time for signs and wonders will have arrived. The countdown to redemption, or judgment, will be unmistakable. These figures are the ultimate countermove to evil. Their arrival is the last, greatest sign. The world will never be the same. We've explored prophecies of crisis and hope, spiritual, economic, military, personal, and supernatural. These warnings aren't meant to paralyze us with fear, but to awaken us to the spiritual reality and prepare our hearts. Whether these events unfold on July 2nd, 2025 or not, the convergence of ancient warnings in our time is impossible to ignore. In uncertainty, faith can be our anchor. Seek understanding, seek connection with God. If this message moved you, share it, subscribe, and help us build a community ready for whatever comes. Thank you for joining us on this journey. God bless.